Professor Tommy Towers' residence, Jessica Maple speaking. Oh, Agent Smythe. Yes, give me a moment. All right, go ahead. Yes, yes. That's just as I thought. Yes, yes. That verifies my suspicions completely. Thank you again, Agent Smythe. Well, that was a call from Interpol, the International Police Organization, confirming my worst suspicions. With these new facts, I know who the killer is. But unfortunately, facts aren't enough by themselves to provide Inspector Zudetker with the necessary evidence to convict. Oh, there must be a way to make the killer confess. Good heavens!
Jessica! You are safe, Jessica! I think we are alive!
I'm all right. The shots came from outside. I have found the killer.
You're crazy. I couldn't hurt a fly. I didn't kill anyone.
Gosh, I heard shots.
There hasn't been another murder, has there?
Now nothing the hot feels on next to you.
Apparently, the inspector has turned up something important.
Ha! Well, it's about time.
Oh, camera.
Who's got the scoop?
Death still fills this house. I warn you.
Tarantella, I paid you good money to guide me back to Luxor. I can't take it in this house any longer.
But first, I must warn everyone. Death still lurks around every corner.
So, Mademoiselle Penny-Winkle, your rendezvous was for your ticket out of here. Oh la la, how the gunshots bring out the dirty laundry.
Dirty indeed. I found to start heading to the tar pits. With this, it's
Just what the well-dressed mummy was wearing.
That's right. I saw it with my own two eyes.
And now, when you think no one is looking, you decide to dispose of the evidence.
No, you've got this all wrong.
Where were you disposed of his towers?
No, never. I couldn't.
You're quite right, Mr. Stark. You couldn't have.
But he's been caught red-handed.
Red-handed disposing some old gauze. I imagine you found this in your suitcase?
Actually, my makeup kit.
Realizing it wasn't yours, and knowing that whoever, or whatever, disposed of Mrs. Towers was wearing something along this line, you knew you had best get rid of it.
What else could I do?
And aside from that, it's too painful a memory, isn't it?
What are you talking about, Miss Maples?
Lyle, you were infatuated with Mrs. Towers, weren't you? Ever since the 3rd grade. You see, Mr. Stark and Mrs. Towers grew up in the same small town, went to the same school, even sat behind one another. You loved her after all these years, didn't you?
I did. And when Max asked if I wanted to come here, why I was the happiest man in the world.
And when you arrived, you and Mrs. Towers plotted to kill Professor Towers. Once the deed was done, she rejected you. And that's when you killed her.
No, I've never heard anybody. You've got to believe me.